Hi everyone, it's Thursday. Thursday for our senior friends in Talita Kumi. And usually we do this segment in Spanish, but today I am pleased to announce our very first segment for seniors in English. And I have a lot of friends of mine that I know are going to be super excited about this one, especially because today I have a very, very special person for me. Emily, how are you?
Hi, Becky. I am doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
It is an honor, and I I am very excited about this one because today we're going to be talking about skincare. And I know you are an expert on this, not just on the products, but also on the things that we are looking for, which is right now we have to be at home. We got to be extra, double, triple careful. And sometimes we can go to certain stores to find the things, or even online sometimes that are out of things. So we want to have alternatives that are probably natural things that we could find in our cabinets or home or something like that. So
Exactly. Yes.
we wanna get all the most important tips from you about these important subjects in our elders. So, what age? Well, first of all, and I'm sorry, tell us about yourself. I just feel that everybody knows you already, so I'm not. But no, there might be people that don't. So let's introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about all this.
Well, I was born and raised in the United States. I have been here my entire life. English is what I live and breathe and eat if you consider fast food. Um, I have been a licensed esthetician for a little over, gosh, how long has it been? 5 years now? Maybe we're approaching 6 years. It's been a while. Right out of high school, had a lot of ambition. I got my license as soon as I was old enough, and that's all she wrote. Here we are.
Well, but then you came along with the online stuff.
Oh, yes, 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 of course. With COVID, it kind of is a little bit of a hindrance. It creates an obstacle when your main job is working directly with people, especially like face to face.
Right.
So that definitely wasn't an option. So, you know, you can't teach about skincare, to the public, go virtual. And yeah, now
Yes.
I'm
And
teacher Emily.
right. The nice thing about this is that you're not just working on or helping one person, you're actually helping a lot of people because this is going to be in many, many homes of our people that are watching us right now or even later. And this is something we definitely want to learn and share so that we can actually use. So, Emily, tell us about the scheme. When Asian, I mean that's one concern, not just for women, but also for men at this point. Um, Tell us about this. Introduce us with this subject.
So with aging, everyone fears getting old to some extent. um, with the skin is a very delicate organ. It is the largest organ on the human body. And it's basically like our shield. It protects us from so much. There's so many vital, important organs and good things on the inside. It needs that nice outside protective layer, and that's what the skin is for. And when you have a shield, it's going to take a lot of damage. It has to be strong, it has to be durable because it's going to go through some things. One of the amazing phenomenons about the skin and aging that we've recently discovered with science is that aging begins to take hold well into our teens. When you're a child, when you're a teenager, that adolescence, and you're getting the sun and having a good time in the summer, that is when our aging clock starts to tick. From then we move forward, and the human body at a certain point it hits a wall. You start to slow down, and it takes you longer to make things than it does for you to break them down and for you to lose them. That's when we start to lose that perkiness in the face, and the wrinkles start to show up in our 30s. And any damage that you have sustained till that point, till you reach the 30s, at that point it's going to start showing. You're going to start noticing the crow's feet, the 11s in between the eyebrows, the laugh lines. And that's usually when we start to jump on the anti-aging wagon of, oh my goodness, how do we fix this? Let's get rid of this. Where's the iron? I need to smooth these out. So it's definitely hard. We have put a lot of intelligence and a lot of good hardworking man hours into reversing the effects of aging, and also studying how to prevent severe effects of aging. And one of those causes is the sun. Back in the day, I guess before my time, if you want to get technical, everybody, the
Like
word
5 years
was,
ago.
I know, right? Everyone's looking at me like, where are the wrinkles? What is she talking about? She's not what she's talking about. Look at that baby face.
It's about yesterday.
But back in the day, it was common knowledge that the sun was good for you. If you stayed inside for too long, you would get depressed. You would be sad. No, you have to get sun, have to soak up the sun. Not just that, but the tan. No one wants to be pale. What? No, pale. Everyone needs a nice tan. So for a long time, everyone, sunscreen, it wasn't necessary. If anything, we were putting on tanning oil and body butter, and give me the sun. And, further down the line, that's when we started discovering skin cancer.
Hmm.
And that's when we made the connection, like, oh, wow, too much of a good thing can be bad. The sun exposure, even from when you're a child, it can have permanent effects on you, such as freckles. No one is born with freckles. A freckle is a immediate response to sun. It is permanent sunspot. And that's the crazy thing, as some people are more prone to freckles, whereas others, they have what's called melanin. It's the nice brown pigment in skin, and it absorbs radiation from the sun. It helps have that extra protective barrier. So take someone who's Irish, an Irish person, from Ireland. They have very fair skin, very light, fiery red hair. When they get sun, they're more likely to just pop up with the freckles because they're lacking in that melanin. They have that beautiful porcelain skin, but that also means that their shield is a little bit weaker. So, yeah, sorry, kind of went off on a tangent.
Well, it's very interesting because it never occurred to me until when you pass 45 or
Mhm,
somewhere around there,
mhm,
you start hearing your friends talking about allergies, and you're like, what allergies? And yeah, allergy to even like certain fabrics,
mhm,
allergy to uh, perfume and stuff
mhm.
like that. And it's things that you didn't have before. And all I hear was after 40s, you start with that, and I'm like, how is that gonna work? Like I never thought about it, and now that I did pass that, it is true. It is a fact. So I'm a witness of that. What's
The
up?
body slows down. It just doesn't work as well as it used to.
So what's up with the universe?
Yeah, yeah. Come on. But it's a very interesting thing. A lot of people are starting to notice that, since we've become aware of aging, how it works, how the sun works, chemicals and skincare products, is that people are staying younger longer. You have Keanu Reeves, Halle Berry, Jennifer Lopez. It's like they're in their 60s, their 50s. It's like, oh my goodness, they look amazing. It's like, wow. And it's just like, what do you do? Nothing. I stay at home.
Well,
But
we are with the COVID now, so what should we do? What are the things that we should do, Emily, to reinforce then those things? Give us some tips. And especially, there's a lot of people that are watching us that are not necessarily seniors or that are going through these kind of things, but family members that are actually the ones, the caregivers of these people. What are the advices? What are the tips that we could share with them to improve this situation?
Well, first, it's always a good idea to have a nice, healthy skincare routine. Something at home, usually a 3-step system at the minimum. You want to be able to wash, exfoliate, get rid of dead skin, and then moisturize to reapply that protective barrier. And that's one of the big things is moisture. Moisturized, hydrated skin is happy, youthful, strong skin. It's an advantage that oily skin types have. People with very, very oily skin, their skin ages slower than the other skin types because they have this extra thick barrier of just protection. Yes, it's a little bit annoying, but hey, you get to stay younger longer. So definitely keeping the skin hydrated. Um, and collagen. Collagen is a favorite. It's one of my favorite ingredients. It's a superpower product. Collagen is responsible not only for keeping the skin nice and firm and preventing wrinkles, but it's also responsible for the healing process in the skin. Collagen is what is responsible for covering up and preventing scars. If you see a scar, there wasn't enough collagen or the collagen just couldn't get there in time. But if you have a injury that heals and there's a very little scar, or it just looks nice and beautiful, you can thank the collagen. The collagen was responsible. But it's very important because as we get older, the skin, the pores become bigger, and the pores are responsible for what makes the oil. So even dry skin types like myself, who have the little bitty pores, and they look like they have Instagram filters on their face because you can't see anything, as we get older and as I age, my pores are going to get bigger because this nice youthful tension in my face, like a rubber band, is going to give with time. So these nice tight little holes are just going to kind of loosen. But because of my age, because of the slowing processes, I can fully expect that I'm going to get drier skin just because, well, it's just the double standard of getting old. You have to have big, ugly pores and dry, uncomfortable skin. So moisture, moisture, moisture.
Emily, we hear a lot about the sunblock. Is that what is your advice on that? And also, what other things can we use at home? I mean, most of us, I think, don't necessarily use all this preventively. Sometimes we're already there, so what things can we do at that point, or if we're there?
So with sunblock, first, sunblock is one of the best inventions of man. Sunblock helps to prevent cancer causing rays, and it also helps to prevent burning rays from penetrating through the ozone layer and basically cooking us. The sun is big, beautiful, and a massive ball of radiation. And unfortunately, radiation is bad for humans. So, sunblock allows us to comfortably interact outside and enjoy the environment without having to worry about getting cancer. Um, the SPF, well, I'm not sure if it's universal, but Usually, sunblock has an SPF scale, which is a timer for how long you can go before you need to reapply. So normally it's just based off of your personal limit. So say if you can go outside for an hour, you use SPF, so that's 60 minutes. You use SPF 30 and bam, now you can stay outside for 180 minutes. And that is where it gets a little tricky because 180 minutes, that's over 2 hours. I'm sure if you're wearing sunblock, you're hiking, you're swimming, you're sweating, you're probably wiping your face or doing stuff. That is where it's very important to reapply. The general rule is you always want to put your sunblock back on an hour between applications, just because we're you're doing so many things. If you've ever taken a permanent marker and drawn on yourself, it is a permanent marker and it is permanent ink, but our skin is this wonderful mechanism that just sheds and gets rid of things. It's like no problem. It's like, oh, it's gone. It's like, wow, I'm magic.
Right.
So we definitely need to take that into consideration and put that back on. Um, and it does kind of create a problem because the main benefit of the sun is vitamin D. It's the sunshine vitamin. Whenever you use sunblock or whenever you have a general aversion to the sun, you can get a vitamin D deficiency. So it's very important, make sure you're regularly going to the doctor because sometimes our lifestyle can cause these deficiencies, and that's where vitamins and supplements are necessary.
Right. All right. Wonderful. Anything else? Um, food, drink, things that
Um,
could improve a healthier.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We talked a little bit about moisture, but the biggest thing and the easiest thing you can do for your skin and to help make sure it stays nice and youthful is making sure you are hydrated. Now, when we say hydrated, I mean water, not oil, not cream. No, no, no. Water,
Mhm.
H2O. Drinking water, or if you're like me and have a weird relationship with water, eating your water through fruits and vegetables and water rich foods. That helps the skin stay plump from the inside out.
Wonderful. Emily, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for these quick um, tips and advices for this. We will bring you back maybe with a few actual recipes or something of things that maybe we can do at home. So thank you
Yeah,
so much. Thanks everyone for watching us. Remember to take care of our seniors right now. And this is one of the things that we could do to show them love. Make sure they're always hydrated. Make sure they are taking care of, always wearing this sunblock. And yeah, we love you. Bye. Thank you so much.
thank you.